What's going on, everyone? Mario here with AutoDS, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how you can start dropshipping with Etsy. And when I say that, I mean dropshipping with Etsy as a supplier, not dropshipping on Etsy. So we're going to be taking products from Etsy, we're going to find some of the best sellers and some of the best products that we could source from Etsy, and we're going to sell them on our own website or on a different marketplace. Now, we all know that Etsy is the place for handmade goods, and people absolutely love things that are handmade. And the best part is that they're always willing to pay extra. So make sure you check out this video all the way through, because I'm going to be giving you some of the best products that you can source from Etsy. And I'm also going to talk about how you can start dropshipping with Etsy as your supplier. Let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's run that intro and let's get started. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Once again, my name is Mario with AutoDS, and if you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure you ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. On this channel, we cover anything and everything dropshipping related, starting from some of the best tips and tricks to help you get started and scale your business, all the way to some of the best products that you can start dropshipping for some maximum profits. Now, if that sounds like something that interests you, just make sure to hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, just leave a like. Hit that like button while you're there as well. Now, to help you out with your dropshipping journey using Etsy as a supplier, I'm also going to have an easy to reference cheat sheet that you can access by simply commenting down below, hashtag Etsy dropshipping, and let me know what your takeaway is from this video. Also, to go along with that cheat sheet, there's going to be a relevant article that you can use if you want to read a written form of pretty much this video. Now, if you want access to that, if you want to check that out, just check out the description below. I'm going to have a link to it down there. All right, enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first question that everyone asks is it safe to dropship from Etsy? Is it legal to dropship from Etsy? Can you use Etsy as a supplier without getting in trouble? And the answer to that is quite simply, yeah, you totally can. It's completely 100% legal to use Etsy as a supplier for your dropshipping business. Think of it this way. You can simply just place an order from Etsy, receive it at your house, you look at it, use it for a couple days, couple weeks, maybe a couple months, you don't want it anymore, so you place it on eBay and you sell it. With dropshipping, it's pretty much going to be the same thing, except instead of shipping it to yourself, you're going to simply ship it directly to your customer. Now, as always with any business or any method that you use, there's always going to be some pros as well as some cons. Now, some of the pros to using Etsy as your dropshipping supplier is, for one, you get some awesome quality products. On top of that, they're unique, especially if they're handmade. Also, on Etsy, there's an insane amount of products. Like, there's a bunch of different and unique products that you can offer in your business. And the best part of having so many different products, especially handmade or vintage ones, is the fact that you can sell them at a premium. People are willing to pay extra for handmade and vintage goods. And typically when it comes to Etsy and shipping, sellers on there are pretty good about it. A lot of times it's free and they have some pretty quick shipping as well. Now, a couple things to look out for when you're using Etsy as your supplier is, for one, individual seller policies. So one seller might have a particular policy when it comes to their returns or their refunds, while another one will have a completely different policy. So before you decide on a particular product to offer, make sure you check out the seller's policies, make sure that you're okay with their return and their exchange policy, as well as their shipping policy. Another thing that you need to watch out for is risk for shortages. Since a lot of these items are going to be handmade and vintage, they could potentially be limited, or it might take a bit for the seller or the supplier to get some more inventory and be able to offer that. But that's something that's pretty easy to get around, especially if you use an automation software like AutoDS, because a software like AutoDS typically has some sort of inventory management system where it'll automatically adjust your inventory based on your supplier's inventory. So in order to start dropshipping from Etsy, one of the first things that you need to do is product research. You need to start finding some unique and profitable products. Find products that nobody else is offering out there except for obviously your suppliers. And as always, make sure that they have, one, a wow factor, and two, that they add some sort of value to your customer's life. Now, for now, don't worry about that too much, because at the end, I am going to give you 5 of the most profitable products that you can source from Etsy. But for now, let's continue on how you can get started dropshipping with Etsy. So the second thing that you need to do is select a selling channel. You need to figure out where you're going to sell your products, and are you going to be selling on your own website or on a different marketplace? If you decide to sell on your own website, you have a few different options. You have the most popular, which is Shopify. You also have Wix and WooCommerce. If you decide to go with another marketplace, you can go ahead and either resell the items on Etsy, which I don't really recommend too much. I would recommend going with something else like reselling them on eBay. But if that's something that you want to do, resell on Etsy, then by all means, give it a shot. But if that's the case, always make sure that you order a sample so that way you can take your own pictures. So that way the seller doesn't accidentally come across your listing and you're using their same exact pictures. So just to avoid that and avoid any copyright strikes on your Etsy store, just make sure to order a sample and take your own pictures. But if that's too much for you and you really don't feel like doing that, which to be honest with you, a lot of us don't, just go ahead and choose a different marketplace. So when it comes to marketplaces, you can go with eBay, Amazon, or Facebook Marketplace. Remember that the main difference between selling on your own website and selling on a marketplace is the fact that on your own website, you're not going to have organic traffic. While on a marketplace, people are going to be going there specifically to make a purchase. So you're already going to have traffic going to that website. But if you do decide to sell on your own website, then there are a few different ways for you to be able to market your products. Some of them being pay-per-click ads, such as Facebook ads, influencer marketing, as well as email marketing. A few other things that you can do, which I highly recommend, would be doing things like content marketing. So if you can, order a sample and start making some videos on TikTok and Instagram Reels. There you can get some of the best organic traffic. Now, if you want an ebook that is 100% free that can teach you everything that you need to know about Facebook marketing, then just go ahead and check out our cheat sheet because I'm going to have a link to one in there. Now, when you start selling on a marketplace, if your listings aren't getting too many views, there are a few different ways that you can market your products on there as well. For one, just like with your own website, you can use certain marketing tactics like influencer marketing or running Facebook ads. But besides that, most of these platforms like eBay have their own ways to be able to advertise your products. Most of the times it's going to be pay-per-click, but if you want a bit more information on that, just go ahead and check out the cheat sheet. I'm going to have a lot more links in there. Some that are going to be specific to a platform like eBay, while others would be specific to a platform like Facebook Marketplace. After you select your selling channel, then the next step is to import your winning products to your store. When you do this, you have two different options. For one, you can do manual imports where you import everything manually. So you copy over all of the titles, the descriptions, the variations, and the images. And then you also have the option for automatic importing, which in my opinion is the best thing that you can do because it speeds up the process tenfold. It helps you save so much time when you automatically import your products that it's crazy how much time you get back. Now, if you want a little bit more information on the automatic importing, then just wait a little bit longer in this video because when I count down the top products to dropship from Etsy, I'm also going to give you an example of how you can import products to your store super easily and super quickly. Perfect. So you got started dropshipping, you got your products in your store. Now you got an order. So now you have to fulfill it. How are you going to do that? For one, you can fulfill it manually where you take all of your customers' details and you simply input that into your supplier's ordering page. So instead of having the order delivered to you, you're going to have it delivered directly to your supplier. Now that's fine and dandy. It's pretty quick if you do just one or two, but once you start getting some serious orders and you start getting maybe 10, 20, 30 different orders, it's going to start taking a long time to be able to copy everything over manually. In that case, that's when you want to start implementing automation. So when it comes to automatic ordering using AutoDS, you have two different options. You have automatic orders as well as fulfilled by AutoDS. With automatic orders, what's going to happen is AutoDS is going to take your credit card information and your login details for whatever supplier you're using. Then it's going to log in on your behalf and make the purchase and then send the item directly to your customer. Once the item is sent, then AutoDS will go ahead and update the customer with their tracking number. Now that's one way of doing it. The second option would be fulfilled by AutoDS, where instead of using your login details and your credit card details, AutoDS uses its own login and credit card details to be able to make a purchase. Now, where the money is coming from to be able to make the purchase is going to be through a balance that you top up. Personally, I think this is one of the best ways they can go about it. Fulfilled by AutoDS is awesome because it really does help with certain things like account restrictions and account suspensions, since you're not really going to be using your own accounts. Now, the last thing that you need to focus on after you fulfilled your orders is actually pretty crucial, and we're talking about customer service. So as dropshippers, one of the biggest things that we're going to have to deal with is returns, exchanges, and questions. So if a customer reaches out to you with a comment or a concern, make sure you answer back to them in a timely manner. Typically, try to keep it within 24 hours because honestly, after 24 hours, if you don't reply back to your customer can either forget all about the item and forget that they even messaged you. And by that time, they could also be long gone and have placed the order with somebody else. So always make sure to offer exceptional customer service and be really fast with your replies. So the time has come to count down our top 5 picks for some of the best products that you can dropship from Etsy. And to kick off this list, the first option that we're going to talk about are going to be beanies. Now, everyone knows beanies. Everyone loves beanies. I love beanies. The only thing is I can't really wear them because my head is an odd shape and it just looks weird on me. So no matter how much I like them, it just looks weird on me. So unfortunately, I can't purchase them, but that doesn't matter. That's beside the point. The point is beanies are an awesome addition to any dropshipper store, especially some that you find on Etsy, because a lot of these are going to be handmade or they can also be personalized. Now, when you source your beanies from Etsy, as you can see, they have quite a few different styles, a few different colors. Some are hand crocheted, if that's how you pronounce it, crochet. And they have some for pretty much anyone. They have some for any demographic and anyone's style. This one right here is actually really cool. These CC classic beanies. Let's take a quick look at that. And I like the style. These are a bit different than some of the other ones that I've seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import this to my store. Now we have two different options to do this. Really, we have quite a few different options, but that I'm going to show you is going to be two. So for one, you can download the Chrome extension, the AutoDS Dropship Helper. And once that's downloaded, then you're going to have this option right here where it says import to AutoDS. All I have to do is click on that button and this product will automatically be uploaded to my store. It will be in the draft section. So next time I log on to my account over at AutoDS, I can simply click on over to the draft section, make make any necessary edits, and then make it go live on my store, ready to be purchased by somebody else. Now, the other option is one that I'm going to show you. So for this, the first thing that we need to do is go ahead and cut or copy the link. Then we're going to log into our account over at autods.com, and we're simply going to click on add products. Once we click on add products, we're going to have a few different options, but since we're only uploading one product right now, I'm just going to click on single product. And as you can see, the supplier source changed to Etsy. Now I can either publish it directly to my store, which I don't recommend just yet, or I can edit now, which is my recommendation. This is what you should do. Then once that's done, the product will be automatically uploaded to your draft section. Here you can make any necessary edits to the title. If you're dropshipping it on your Shopify store, you can add it to any collections, change the shipping methods, change the description. You can edit whatever you need on here, and you can also change all of the variants as well as the images. Now, the second option on this list is going to be minimalist necklaces. Now, when it comes to these types of necklaces, you have quite the variations, and to make things easier, one of the hottest niches on Etsy is actually jewelry, so you can find quite the selection on here. So as you can see, these are super simple necklaces. They have either very simple designs or they just have a simple name on them, and they come in quite a few different styles as well as colors. Now, as far as the pendants or the extra decorations to the necklaces themselves, you can get them with different stones, different pendants, different letters, beads, or names. Third up on our list is going to be makeup mirrors. Now, when it comes to these makeup mirrors, you can get them in quite a few different selections and sizes. So you can get portable makeup mirrors as well as bigger ones that just simply stand on somebody's desk. The cool thing about these is that you can get some pretty unique ones. As you can see, this heart-shaped one has pretty interesting design to it, and then you have these smaller ones which are personalized and engraved. As a bonus, if you want to offer something a bit unique or a bit more helpful that adds a bit more value to somebody's life or their accessories or their wardrobe, then you can offer a mirror that actually has LED lights, such as this one right here. Up next in our number 4 spot, we have neon signs. Now, when it comes to the neon signs, there's two different styles. For one, you have the ones that have the acrylic backing, such as all of these right here, where it's got a big piece of plastic in the back or a piece of acrylic, and then it has the neon writing in the front. Typically, these are going to be the more cost-effective ones, and quite frankly, they actually already look pretty good. They're high quality, they're elegant, and I even have one myself right there. Can't really see it too much, but it's right there. Now, the other option that you have is a sign like this one, which, as you can see, this is a sign that typically a lot of the times this is used in the type of business, and the LEDs on this are actually behind the sign itself, so it illuminates the whole sign from the back. These have a very elegant and professional look to them, and typically you could sell these for a little bit more than you would these types of signs right here. And last but certainly not least, in our number 5 spot, we have floral art wall prints. These prints make any boring wall a bit more lively and a bit more colorful. It makes them pop a little bit more and typically gives a nicer appearance to an entire room. Now, sourcing these prints from Etsy is going to mean that a lot of these are either hand drawn or uniquely designed. So they're going to be designed by a local artist. Now, with that being said, you can expect to find some pretty unique pieces on Etsy when it comes to this type of art. On top of that, you're also going to be able to find it in multiple sizes as well as multiple different types of materials. So some could be printed on regular paper, while others could be printed in a more elegant canvas. And that is how you can get started dropshipping from Etsy and some of the best products that you can source from Etsy. Huge thank you to all of you for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. Remember that if you want access to the cheat sheet with all of the information that I mentioned in this video, all you have to do is comment down below, hashtag Etsy dropshipping, and let me know what your takeaway is from this video. Remember that if you haven't done so already, if you like this type of content, if you enjoy it, if you find it informative, make sure to leave a subscribe and make sure to leave a like. Once again, my name is Mario with autods, and catch you guys next time.